Yep, welcome guys. Today we are going to install PrestaShop on our web space and see if it's working or not. First of all, log into your GoDaddy account. Then go to My Products. Here you will see a list of domains that you host and your hosting plans. Choose the website that you want to install PrestaShop on. I want to install PrestaShop on earabica.com. I'll go to Manage. And open cPanel admin. See, it's a step-by-step process. These are the applications that you can install on your web space. Go to view more. See, Installatron is open. Now we need to choose the web application that we want to install, and we want to install PrestaShop. Click on PrestaShop. There are a number of versions of PrestaShop that you can install. We will go for 1.7 version because it's the latest and its theme is good. You do not need to install a custom theme as long as you install 1.7 PrestaShop. Click on install this application. This is the domain name that we are going to use for this application, and since I am currently hosting a website here, I will enter a directory name so that my current website doesn't get harmed. So I'll install this PrestaShop in a domain earabica.com and the directory prest. So this will be my link for the PrestaShop website. This is the version. This is the latest version that I am going to use. English language. And do you want to install the demo content during installation or not? You can choose this, or you can get a clean PrestaShop install, or you can use the demo content. I will go with the demo content currently. We accept the license agreement, and we would like to update to the minor updates and security releases and create an automatic backup. So here we can enter a administrator email. I will enter my email. This will be the admin ID that you will need to use on the backend. So, and I'll set a password for myself. Here we can enter a title, my shop, and let PrestaShop handle the advanced settings, right? Now click on install. PrestaShop will automatically include the database, the email notifications settings, and the backup settings, the default backup location. These all things have occurred. Okay, the PHP version is not compatible with this PrestaShop. First of all, what I'll need to do in this case is I'll need to set up my PHP version. Where I can do that, select PHP version. Since this website is hosted from a long time back, so I was using PHP 5.4. This website is being live for almost like 6 years now. So I'll set the PHP version to 7.1. So I'm done with this. Now go back to PrestaShop installation. Let's see if it installs or not. It's installing PrestaShop. So let's hope for the best. See, it's gonna take some time. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video and I will resume when we are done with this installation. So we are almost done with the installation. Let's see. Sometimes it gives error on 99% or even 100%. So if you guys face any issue or any problem in installing PrestaShop, do let me know in the comments and I'll resolve your problem for sure. So the installation is complete and our website is live on this link earabica.com/prest. Let's see the website. See, this is our store. This is currently live and all these settings can be done from the backend. Like we can add products, we can add categories, we can set this currency settings, and I'll give you a tour of the backend and the front end itself in this video. This is the backend link, the admin part. This is the front end of our website and this is gonna be the back end of our website. So I'll need to the admin ID or password that we used in the previous page when we were installing the website. So this is our backend. It gives you a lot of information here, the traffic, the sales, the conversions, that how much conversion your website got, like of how many visitors, how many purchased your products, and it gives you a notifications. These are some badges that PrestaShop gives us depending upon the performance of our website. These are your notifications where you can see the latest orders, new customers added, and if some customer sends a message to the customer care, you get that message here. So this is the basic dashboard of PrestaShop backend. Let us see what all functionalities are present in PrestaShop. We can view the orders here. The catalog contains the products that we are going to sell, the categories of these products, the brands and suppliers, the discounts. This is the customers tab where we can view the list of customers that are currently registered on our website. This is the customer service tab. This is the modules tab where we can see which all modules are installed on our website. We can install new modules here. This is the design tab. See, this is the list of modules that are currently installed on our website. These by default come with the PrestaShop installation. This is the design tab where we can set up our theme, a logo, of widgets. See, we can change the logo here, the header logo, the mail logo, the favicon which displays right here. This is called the favicon icon. This is my current theme that we are using currently, and if we want to purchase a new theme and add it to our website, we can view the theme catalog and we can purchase a theme and install it on our website. Let's go to the pages. These are the different pages that we can set up. These are the terms and conditions page, the about us page, the legal notice page. Here we can see the shipping carriers. We have to add a carrier here so that the product can be ordered. These are the shop parameters for the administration of this website. Basically, you do not need to handle anything. The only thing that you need is if you are going to disable your shop for some reason, like if you are going to make some changes in the front end, you are going to install a new theme, it's better to disable the shop for some time. And when we will see, we have disabled the shop, so we have entered the maintenance mode. So if any user goes to a website and tries to visit the website, the message will be displayed here that we are currently updating our shop. You can customize this message here, and when we enable the shop, the users will be able to see our website again like this. So it's better to disable the shop if you are going to make some changes, like you are going to install a new theme, because you never know which thing will block your website and disable your users from viewing it. This is the SEO page, the search engine optimization page, where you can set up the URLs of different pages. These are the route to products. These are the simple formats which are used to display the product URL. Like if we select a particular product, this is the URL of that product. This URL is set up by this parameter here. You do not need to change anything here. These are the advanced parameters here. These parameters are only for the technical guys. So if you are going to use a basic version of your website, you do not need to change any of these. You simply need to localize this website for the Indian ecosystem, and then add your products, your categories, and add a payment system that your users or customers can use to pay for the products, right? So that was all in today's video. In the next video, we will see how we can localize this website for the Indian ecosystem, like to use Indian currency only. So I hope I'm providing you a good information over here, a good step-by-step guide for your online shop. So if you like this tutorial, please like this video and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel so that you can stay updated for our future videos. Thanks a lot, guys.